In this video, you'll discover the top ways to stop Candida in just a few simple steps. It's no secret that millions of people suffer from Candida overgrowth every single day. In fact, it's estimated that 75% of women will have a Candida infection at some point in their life. In fact, I've even had a Candida overgrowth issue in my life. So what we're going to talk about in this video is how to stop Candida in 6 steps. This is something that many people are facing. Many people who are watching this video right now are facing unknowingly. So we're going to talk about, first of all, what is Candida, the symptoms associated with Candida overgrowth, and then the different nutrients you can take to reverse this issue, and of course the critical lifestyle changes, the dietary changes that you must make in order to get results in reversing this issue and stopping it from reoccurring. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community. That way it can help you excel your health and your life. Let's go ahead and first start off with, what is Candida? This is something that many people are suffering from, but they are unknowingly suffering from it, and also they're not familiar with it. It's a fungal infection by a yeast. The yeast is the yeast Candida. Now, this is the most common fungal infection that humans basically suffer from. And there's a lot of reasons it happens. Okay, so a lot of people are going, well, why would this happen to me? Or why did this happen to me? When I actually had a Candida overgrowth issue, that's what I was wondering. Why is this happening to me? I'm eating a healthy diet. I'm exercising. I'm doing the right things. Why is this happening? So antibiotics is one major way that this can happen. Basically what happens is when you take antibiotics, it's just a killer of all the different bacteria in the body, the pathogenic bacteria, the good bacteria, the healthy microbiome that's important for brain function, hormone balance, keeping our immune system healthy. It just kills everything. So the problem is that when you go and you kill off a whole bunch of good healthy bacteria in the body, it allows for the rise of things like Candida. So then you can get a Candida overgrowth issue. High sugar foods is another major issue for people. So high sugar foods, if you're doing a lot of high sugar drinks, a lot of refined carbohydrates, sweets, that sort of thing, then you are just feeding that Candida issue continuously in your body, and of course allowing for that overgrowth issue to occur. A compromised immune system is another major reason that many people are getting this Candida overgrowth problem. The reason for this is because your immune system obviously is designed to keep you healthy. It's designed to fight off this kind of stuff. It's designed to fight off these microbes, the fungus, the yeast, everything. And when your immune system just isn't functioning up to par because you have stress or whatever else is going on, then of course it allows for this to happen. Stress is another major factor. As I just mentioned, it actually will deplete the immune system from proper function. Diabetes is also an issue here, and then oral contraceptives. So if you're wondering, okay, well, how could this happen to me? Like I said, I was one of those people. How could this happen to me? I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising, I'm doing the right things. Well, here's some of the major reasons that many people will come across having a Candida overgrowth issue. Let's take this a step further and talk about some of the different symptoms associated with it. So the first is going to be oral thrush. Now, oral thrush can happen in children, it happens in elderly a lot, and of course it can happen to anybody in between. What I've noticed is that many people actually start to get this issue, and it doesn't necessarily go on to a full-blown Candida infection major issue, but they'll still get some oral thrush. Oral thrush is basically going to be white spots in the back of the throat. So if you start developing some white spots that become sore in the back of the throat, that's oral thrush. So, like I said, children are more prone to it, elderly are more prone to it, but everybody in between as well can get it, and it's something I've seen very healthy people start to develop. Oral thrush is one major one. Fatigue is another one. Now, when we look at fatigue, it is not directly caused by Candida overgrowth, but essentially it's always correlated with it. So when they looked at all these different people who had candidiasis, Candida infections, essentially fatigue was always there. But once again, it doesn't directly cause fatigue. So fatigue, if you're someone who has fatigue on a daily basis, it's something that can be correlated with a Candida overgrowth issue. Yeast and UTI. So many women, I mentioned 75% of women will suffer from a Candida overgrowth, an infection with this Candida. It's essentially in the way of a vaginal yeast infection and also in the way of UTI. So many women suffer from this. Some men can actually go and get some UTIs as a result of this as well. So we have to make sure that we're just doing the right things. Like I mentioned, doing the right things to make sure this isn't occurring in our body. We're not getting a Candida overgrowth problem. Digestive issues is another one. So there's a couple ways that this comes with digestive issues. If you're someone who constantly has a lot of irritable bowel syndrome, if you have a lot of gas and bloating and just a lot of irritability within the digestive system, it can be due to a candida overgrowth issue. Now, I work with a lot of people with digestive issues. And so when we look at ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, a lot of these different imbalances within the gut and these, full-on conditions, it almost always comes with a yeast problem as well, just because their gut is just so imbalanced and not functioning correctly that yeast, it's just so easy for this yeast to start growing in there. So digestive issues is definitely a major thing here. Sinus infections, skin and nail fungal infections as well. When I had a candida overgrowth problem present itself, it was in the way of a rash. And so essentially, if you're getting a lot of itchy skin, if you're getting rashes all the time, then candida overgrowth is probably an issue for you. Now, for me, I got a rash in my armpit. It was a pain in the butt. Almost every time I went running, it would just flare up, or anytime I worked out. And it just came out of nowhere. It was a result of a depleted immune system, I'm sure, stress, that kind of thing from school. And the thing that was really frustrating about it is at the time I was like, hey, I'm eating healthy. How could I have that issue? I'm exercising. I'm doing the right things. And of course, this can still happen to people. What I've noticed is that some people are more prone to things like candida overgrowth. I have many people I take care of, and they're good, healthy individuals. Like I said, doing the right things, but yet this tends to be a problem that flares up for them. So, of course, doing some of the different things like we're going to talk about in this video, proper nutrients, diet, it's all very important. Now, the last here is joint pain. If you're someone who has joint pain all the time and you just have no reason for it, it can be a result of a candida overgrowth problem. So take that into consideration. Here are some of the main signs and symptoms that many people are facing with this issue. Now let's go ahead and talk about what you can do to start reversing it. Okay, let's start first with oregano extract. Now this is really, really powerful for helping with this issue. It's going to help support healthy microbalance. Now we're going to talk a lot about microbalance because what happens is when the microbes, the good, healthy bacteria in the gut become imbalanced, and it allows the pathogenic bacteria to start blossoming within the gut, and it also goes and allows for the candida overgrowth to start occurring. So we want to make sure that we have good microbalance. It also, we need to support antioxidant mechanisms within the gastrointestinal system, within the body, and the oregano extract helps with that. And also it's going to help reduce oxidative stress and oxidative damage. It's very important when it comes to overall gut health. Now what I'll do too is I'll put a link in the description below to a formula that we use clinically that helps with this issue with clinically relevant doses. Very powerful. Whenever we have people who have candida overgrowth or microbe imbalances, we use this formula in the link below here. Let's talk about sodium capryllate. Now, sodium capryllate is really cool. Now, essentially what this is a derivative of caprylic acid, which is a medium chain fatty acid. Now, this sodium capryllate is really cool because it supports healthy microbalance, like we mentioned before. But one of the things it also does is it doesn't adversely impact the beneficial flora. So essentially what that means is it's going to really help kill off the overgrowth, the candida overgrowth. It's going to help balance out and kill off the pathogenic bacteria, but it hasn't been shown in the studies to adversely impact the beneficial flora. So essentially it helps give rise to the beneficial flora, allows for that to thrive, and then kills off the bad stuff, which is super cool. Supports cellular integrity of the GI system as well. This is important because, like I said, when we talk about the overall gut, it's very essential that we actually work on supporting the cellular integrity because a lot of gut issues have candida overgrowth. So it's like one of those things, if you have a unhealthy gut, then there's a good chance that you can get this. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting the gut lining, the gut, intestinal wall, everything. So let's go ahead and talk about ginger now. Now, ginger is really cool because it just has so many health benefits. I mean, outside of this topic of candida overgrowth, it has many, many beneficial elements that it has to offer. It's going to help support gastrointestinal health pretty much across the board, whether it's inflammation, whether it's supporting the gut lining, everything. Supports a healthy immune system, which is really awesome. Improves antioxidant mechanisms, which is very important for reducing oxidative stress, oxidative damage when all of this stuff is occurring. And then it's going to help support normal gastric function. So ginger just across the board is really great for your overall health, and it also is going to support reversing this issue of candida overgrowth. Next is turmeric extract. Now, turmeric extract is powerful. Once again, kind of like ginger, it's an anti-inflammatory, so many benefits. It's going to support the cytokine balance. It's going to work as an antifungal, which is very important in this Candida overgrowth issue. So it'll not only help go in and get rid of the fungus, but it'll help reduce the rate of this yeast overgrowth problem. So anyway, turmeric extract, powerful stuff here. Next is going to be olive leaf extract. This is something that not too many people suspect is something that's going to benefit them, but listen to the benefits it has to offer. It's going to help improve the immune function. It's going to support antioxidant activity, and then it's going to also help maintain healthy GI flora. So when you go and you combine all these things, and this is the important thing when it comes to natural methods of reversing anything, is that what you have to do is stack the odds in your favor, right? Many people are going to run and get some sort of pharmaceutical for this sort of thing, but the thing is, if you want to heal this type of thing naturally, what you do is you take all these different things I'm talking about here and you utilize all of them. You stack the odds in your favor, and it works so well. It's research proven, and it's really going to give you the results you want. Let's talk about the dietary restrictions that are very important. So one of the things that I didn't put up here is dairy, okay? So one of the things that you want to avoid at this time is dairy. Another thing is going to be all the different sugars, okay? You need to get rid of the sodas, the candies, the junk food, the processed food. You got to get rid of all that stuff because you are promoting yeast overgrowth when you eat these foods. Grains are another one we want to get rid of at this time, just because when you're eating these grains and they're breaking down, you're getting these carbohydrates that are breaking down, feeding the yeast overgrowth. Get rid of them at this time until the problem is gone. And then if you want to add in, a healthier version of a grain, that's something you can totally do. After that, refined carbohydrates, like I said, all this packaged processed food, white bread, pastas, all these things. We want to get rid of this at this time. We don't want to be eating anything that's going to promote yeast overgrowth. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Share your experience with Candida overgrowth in the description here below. And also be sure to check out a video I did over here, the 7 signs that you need a probiotic, because probiotics are very important for reversing this issue. Check the video out right here. The overprescription of antibiotics is going and causing superbugs and causing people to have just very poor health